So guys, last time we read Matilda, I asked you guys a question about what you thought would happen next. It's your job to predict what you thought would happen next after Matilda's daddy asked his son that hard maths question. What did you think would happen next? I'm going to read you what happened next right now, and hopefully you got the answer right. So I'm going to carry on reading from where we started. You mean you did it in your head, Dad? The son asked, goggling. Well, not exactly, the father said. Nobody could do that, but it didn't take me long. When you're finished, tell me what you think of my profit was for the day. I've got the final total written down here, and I'll tell you if you're right. Okay, that's where I stopped last time. So I'm going to read on, and hopefully you got your predictions right. Matilda said quietly, Dad, you made exactly £4,303.50 altogether. Don't butt in, the father said. Your brother and I are busy with high finance. But Dad... Shut up, the father said. Stop guessing and trying to be clever. Look at your answer, Dad, Matilda said gently. If you've done it right, it ought to be £4,303.50. Is that what you've got, Dad? The father glanced down at the paper in his hand. He seemed to stiffen. He became very quiet. There was a silence. Then he said, Say that again. £4,303.50, Matilda said. There was another silence. The father's face was beginning to go dark red. I'm sure it's right, Matilda said. You little cheat, the father suddenly shouted, pointing at her with his finger. You looked at my bit of paper. You read it off of what I've got written here. Daddy, I'm on the other side of the room, Matilda said. How could I possibly see it? Don't give me that rubbish, the father shouted. Of course you looked. You must have looked. No one in the world could get the right answer just like that. Especially a girl. You're a little cheat, madam. That's what you are. A cheat and a liar. At that point the mother came in carrying a large tray on which there were four suppers. This time it was fish and chips, which Mrs. Wormwood had picked up at the fish and chip shop on her way home from bingo. It seemed that bingo afternoons left her so exhausted, both physically and emotionally, she never had enough energy left to cook an evening meal. So if it wasn't TV dinners, it had to be fish and chips. What are you looking so red in the face about, Harry? She said as she put the tray down on the coffee table. Your daughter is a cheat and a liar, the father said, taking his plate of fish and placing it on his knees. Turn on the telly and let's not have any more talk. Your question for today is, if you were Matilda and your daddy spoke to you like that and called you a cheat and a liar, how would you feel? And your next question is, what do you think Matilda is going to do to pay back her daddy? Remember, Matilda always pays back her daddy whenever he's mean or horrible to her. What do you think her next plan might be?